As the future of the Great Salt Lake is threatened, many have started to reminisce over the lake's glory days.
Back in the 1800s, there would be 10,000, 15,000 people that come out here to the Saltair Resort on a weekend, and they'd watch the sailboat regattas.
But what if some of the lake's best days are yet to come?
We've seen the tourism double here since the beginning of the pandemic. We've seen a 40% increase just this year alone.
Great Salt Lake Park Manager David Shearer says the attitude towards the Great Salt Lake has changed for the better over the last few years.
Everybody that comes out to the Great Salt Lake, especially from the Wasatch Front, once they come out here, they just go, oh, I had no idea. I thought that was a smelly place to come to, and they didn't know that it's not smelly, that it's this beautiful place with a lot of nature to see, beautiful sunsets.
Something I heard over and over was, I didn't realize how important the lake was to me until it was threatened.
Dr. Bonnie Baxter has been studying the Great Salt Lake for years. When she began speaking out about the decline of the lake, she heard from all generations about what the lake means to them.
I got poems from students, but I got phone calls from lots of older people who grew up in Utah, and they would tell me stories about I used to sit on my grandpa's porch and watch the sunsets.
As the lake's quirky characteristics continue to grow in popularity locally and around the world, Shearer and Baxter are hopeful the next generation will get to experience their own Great Salt Lake glory days.
It is so interesting when you take kids to Great Salt Lake, you cannot keep them out of the water. And if you take a microscope, you cannot distinguish which kid is a scientist from which kid isn't. They are all scientists.
I think as long as we have water in the lake here near the Great Salt Lake Marina, it's just going to continue to expand. I think it's a new resurgence of the Great Salt Lake.
Darian DeBrule, Fox 13 News, Utah.